So could you use, the payroll from the, the PPP and then the EIDL? Can you use that for utilities separate?
You can. And that's why I suggest applying for both. There's a lot more money. The government has funded a lot more money for the PPP than the EIDL, but there's a lot more applications going in towards the PPP right now. When things first started going sideways, the EIDL was the only program that was available out there. So a lot of people jumped on board with that, but the SBA eventually had to take down their site and retool it. I don't think they expected the volume that they were getting, and they had to change some of the terms. But that's I would go for both. First the PPP, followed up with the EIDL.
I appreciate it. And then, so I guess one of the big things to think about, what I want to bring into light, is the aspect of, if you are bringing back, and we don't know how quick it's going to be. Some people say once they get things in, it could be a few days, could be a week. Time will tell. But from what I'm gathering, it's time now, if you are applying today or on Monday, to kind of get your ducks in a row, right? To, really take a look at who you're going to bring back whether it's employees, line workers, assistant managers, GMs, and how does that work on like delegation? Just all that matters is just the amount of funding, like per rep, or how does that work? Who you actually bring back?
Yeah, it doesn't matter on the specifics of who they are, as long as you're paying them and you have a similar head count to what you had previously. And what does that mean by head count? Right now the application just says full-time employees. It doesn't say when those full-time employees were. It doesn't say full-time equivalent, or maybe it just says number of employees. It doesn't specify a time. So I would probably go on the low end of that, but make sure that your average payroll number, your monthly average payroll number is going to be accurate, and that's what you're going to have to match. So if your PPP ends up being, if they give you $100,000, because that's 2.5 times your average monthly payroll, only 25% of that amount can be used for something else. So of that $100,000, $75,000 is going to have to go towards payroll if you want it to be forgiven. Hey, look, in the end, if it's not forgiven, you've got a 2-year loan at a 0.5% interest rate.